Hey everybody, it's the Doll Boy, and today I'm so excited to finally share this custom Tangled the Series Rapunzel doll with you guys. I have already done my long yellow haired and short brown haired Rapunzel about 2 years ago, and then a few months ago I created the Moonstone Cassandra. On both of these videos, I've gotten tons of requests to create the Decay version of Rapunzel as well, so here she finally is. What most of you probably didn't know is that I started this process in June last year, when I got a bunch of second-hand dolls. That's when I got an extra Tangled the Series Rapunzel to give this new look to. However, it took me a really long time to finish this doll, and I got sidetracked with a lot of other fun doll customizations on the road. To start the process, I cut off Rapunzel's hair. Since her ponytail was still holding together pretty well, I decided to keep this, in case I wanted to extend my other Rapunzel's hair even more, or if I wanted to use those extra beads. This left me with a Rapunzel with a very cute bob hairstyle that I actually quite liked, but I am going to go on and cut all of the hair as close to the head as possible. Then I dip the head in boiling water to soften the plastic of the head, to make it easier for me to remove the head from the body. The neck bag of these Tangled the Series dolls are really small, so heating the head like this is really helpful. Now to empty the head from the hair completely, I use my tweezers to scrape out the inside of the head to get all the hair loosened up. For this, I like to dip the head in the warm water again to prevent the doll's head from hardening back up. With these dolls, you really need to take your time with this step, because of how hard the plastic is and how hard it is to reach the scalp due to the tiny neck bag. Once you do get all the hair loosened up, you can start taking out the leftovers using your tweezers once again and just collecting the hair from the inside out. Because this Rapunzel doll doesn't originally have a lot of glue on the inside of her head, the hair doesn't come out in nice chunks at all, like the way Ever After High hair comes out. So to remove it easier, I usually wet the hair once more for this step. For the reroot, I used 52-inch nylon hair from CustomDollHair in jet black. In total, I got about 172 grams, but I did have quite a lot of hair left over. This hair is super long, so it's gonna be quite the process once again. As I usually do with my reroots, I make sure to lay down some strands before actually getting started. I start rerooting the hairline in that black nylon hair. Since I'm used to using nylon hair for my reroots, this hair did take some getting used to for me. The hair was actually very slippery, so I tried looping the hair around my fingers one extra time to create a bit of a knot inside the head to make the strands stay in the head more secure before finishing the whole head. This did make the process even more time consuming than it already was, since working with this extra long hair makes the reroot harder already. To prevent the hair from getting messy while working on it, I twist the hair out of the way after finishing a section. With the hairline rooted and out of the way, I wanted to go ahead and paint the scalp in a matching color. It would really be easier to just start the process with this step, and I honestly have no idea why this always keeps happening with these Tangled The Series dolls, but for some reason I tend to paint those scalps after rerooting the hairline. So I just took my black acrylic paint and my brush to paint the scalp. As you can see, I'm not using any Mod Podge here, which I started using a couple videos ago. But as I mentioned, this reroot was recorded way before I learned about that tip. So if you're worried about the paint chipping off while rerooting, I do recommend mixing the paint with some Mod Podge. And after that, we can go ahead and fill up the entire head with this long black hair. As you can see, the paint I added to the scalp did start to chip because I had to dip the head in boiling water very often and I didn't use the Mod Podge yet. I do keep dipping the head in boiling water to keep the head soft, because that really helps me with this rerooting process. Then when the entire head is filled with hair, I take my Fabri-Tac glue and glue the hair in the inside of the head. You do really want to be careful with this step, because the neck hole for these specific dolls are so small. Then I take my Q-tip to spread out the glue evenly. When the glue is all dry, I put the head back on the body and undo the twists to reveal her super long hair. Starting at the ends, I brush everything out, giving the doll this really big hair. Then I carefully boil wash the hair, which I really wish I didn't. In my experience, this really damaged the hair and made some of the ends really frizz up on me. As I've noticed with this hair type, it already gets really smooth with just lukewarm water, so I suggest doing that if you want to try the same thing. In the series, when Rapunzel's hair turns black, she does not look as happy as this doll does. So I wanted to remove those smiling lips with some nail polish remover. I am gonna keep the eyes original for now, so I won't touch those. Using the nail polish remover on the lips did remove all the color. However, this face sculpt has that really distinct smiley lips, which I could not hide when I repainted the lips in a different color and shape. I did give this a try, but the results were not at all what I wanted. This is one of the main reasons that this video took so long for me to make, simply because I wasn't satisfied with the way this doll was looking. As you can see, that smile is very defined, so what I'm gonna try for my very first time is sanding my doll's face. With this, I'm not an expert at all, and this is my very first attempt, so if you have any tips for me, please let me know in the comments down below. For this step, I'm using sanding paper that is waterproof, so I'm spraying the doll's face with water and really slowly rubbing the corners of the mouth with that sanding paper. The sanding paper I'm using is very fine, so it does go very slow as well. After sanding the doll's face, I do think I'm quite happy with these results. I didn't manage to get the smile completely gone, but the face mold does look a little more neutral than it did before. With this adjusted base, I repainted her lips to make her facial expression like a neutral pout. Then when her lips were drying, I wanted to work on my idea for her eyes. For this, I already made this sheet of black circles by painting some Mod Podge on a sheet of plastic and then simply painting the glue black. I take one of the circles off the plastic and try to cut it in the shape of an eye as neat as I possibly can. Then I do the same thing for the other eye, giving my Rapunzel the perfect temporary blacked out eyes like she had in the series, without having to commit to a full repaint. I really hope you liked how this doll came together. She was quite a project, but I am very satisfied about how she turned out. And I really love how she looks together with my Moonstone Cassandra doll. If you liked the doll and the customization video I created for her, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more doll customization videos. Also, leave a comment down below which version of Rapunzel is your favorite. And if you want to see more pictures of my doll customs, make sure to follow me on Instagram as well, @thedollboy. See you next time!